Hey everyone, and welcome to Cavaliers Courtside. I am John Michael. We're here inside Rocket Arena where the Cleveland Cavaliers are red hot. They have won 16 games in a row. It's their third winning streak this season of 12 or more games. As they check in here today, this team sports a record of 56-10, far and away the best in the NBA. You know, you think about that record. If you would have told me coming into the season that the Cavs would start 16-10, with the new coaching staff, with this team trying to feel its way around in terms of, you know, the new offense, the new defense, I would have taken 16-10 in a heartbeat. You would have said 26-10, I would have said fantastic. 36-10, I would have said, listen, it's the NBA. Nobody starts 36-10. This team is 56-10 with only 16 to play. They're only a couple of weeks away from wrapping up the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. To celebrate that, we have a terrific show. I am so thrilled to be able to talk to Janice Braxton. She was one of the original Cleveland Rockers, played 3 seasons here in Cleveland in the WNBA, coached this team as well, the Rockers. She's going to be visiting us as we celebrate Women's Day here inside Rocket Arena. So much more to come. It is a jam-packed half hour, so stick around right here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
WNBA player I feel like changed the game is Candace Parker. I think she was transcendent, you know, for her time. She was the first female athlete I saw dunk, and that kind of opened my eyes, because seeing that, I changed the way I thought about, you know, the women game in total. The person I would say inspired me and, you know, motivated me to be the athlete and person that I am, I would say, is my mother. She was a widowed mother, so she was by herself raising 4 kids, and I think that's tough for anyone, but she did as much as she could. She provided as much as she could, and, you know, just seeing that from her, it just made me go that much harder, not only for her, but, you know, for my family as well.
Hey, welcome back to Cavs Courtside, and I am honored to have with me Hall of Famer Janice Braxton. We're here for the Cavs Women's History Celebration. This is one of the original Cleveland Rockers. And Janice, when you look at how successful right now the WNBA is, you're one of the pioneers. What does that mean to you to see where women's basketball is right now?
Well, it's exciting for me. I'm excited about it, to see how women basketball has gone from, you know, 97 when we first got here as Cleveland Rockers, and how it has continued to grow, and the new players and just the new play altogether. I'm excited about it.
You were selected in the initial player allocation, played here in Cleveland for 3 seasons. Do you have any stories to just indicate or let us know how far we've come in the WNBA and in the women's game?
Well, I mean, when we came here in 97, we were just glad to be here. And it wasn't so much about how much we're making, do we have a private airplane? It was more about we get to come back and play in front of people who haven't seen us in years, because a lot of us after college left and went over and played overseas. And so just to be able to come back and play and for people to remember you, it was fantastic. You know,
it's interesting. You anticipated my next question. When you came here to the Rockers, it's not like you came right out of college. You were a seasoned professional. You came in here, and when the WNBA was forming and you heard that this might be a possibility, what were some of the things that ran through your mind as you got set to potentially have this league here in the States?
Just the idea that we would be able to come back and play. Like I said, I don't think we had too many expectations, because it was new, it was different. I know the one thing we all knew was that fan base was most important. And that was the most important thing for us here in Cleveland. We had a great fan base. I can remember the first night that they had the first meeting about the Cleveland Rockers and how many people came out, and they always knew that if they saw us, no matter where it was, outside the court, in the supermarket, wherever, we always had a conversation. So that was the most important thing, and that we thought about was fan-based, and the fans felt like they knew us. They were like our second family.
Yeah, it's so fun hearing that. We're talking to Janice Braxton because of this terrific fan base. We see it not just for the Cavs, but boy, it definitely spilled over to the Rockers as well. What specifically is it about these fans, the blue-collar nature, that made you enjoy playing here so much?
When they speak about the sixth man, They were. They were always loud. It was always fun. There was always something that they were able to be a part of. And they felt like they were part of the Cleveland Rockers. And, that I think is one of the things that they have here with the Cavaliers. Yeah. The fans feel like they are part of, the team. And so that makes it that much more exciting.
Speaking of the Cavaliers, you live here in Cleveland. What's your take on this particular bunch this season?
I think that they're doing awesome. They're fantastic. The one thing from being a player and being an assistant coach, you can look at them and they're having fun. Yeah. And coach has done a great job. There's nobody complaining or, acting like there's, they're bigger than what the game is. Yeah. And they're having fun, they're playing, they're doing what the coach is asking them to do, and every night they come in and they're involved.
So we mentioned it's a treat to talk to Janice. This is one of the most decorated collegiate players in the history of women's basketball. Two-time All-American at Louisiana Tech, National Player of the Year, Olympic gold medalist as well. This Cavs team this season has gone on some phenomenal streaks, right? They opened the season 15-0. They win 12 more. They're currently in the midst of a 16-game winning streak. Somebody knows a little bit about that. In her 4 seasons at Louisiana Tech, 130-6 was the record. What is the mindset have to be, Janice, to continue to play at this level and keep it up and just keep winning game after game after game?
I think the mindset has to be that you're going out to win. Yeah. That's the only thing. The coach has already made the plan. Your job is to go out and execute it. And I think that once you get in and you have that mindset, and everybody can read everybody, and they just play so well together. And that's what we had at Louisiana Tech, and I see this here at with the Cavaliers.
What's the most difficult part about maintaining that, and just each and every night knowing that you're going to get every single team's best shot?
I don't think there is any difficulty in that because that's the mindset. Okay. That's what you've been taught to do. Yeah. And I think that's all you have to do is come out and do it. You just can't let outside things come inside your game. Mm-hmm. And so as long as you play your game, that's something that you've been practicing ever since you were how old? Yeah. So as long as you do that and maintain your focus, you're good.
Before we let you go, let's talk about the state of the women's game today. We've seen Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark come in, wonderful collegiate stars, Juju Watkins at Southern Cal, Hannah Hidalgo at Notre Dame. As you look forward to where this game is and where it's going to go, what are your thoughts? Because again, we're talking about somebody who was a pioneer in the game. Not only did you play 3 seasons for the Rockers, but you coached the Rockers for a handful of seasons as well. What do you see as we head forward?
I think we have some great ambassadors going forward. Everybody has different characteristics, and there's going to be some that we love, and there's going to be some that we might look at and say, But, I think that, it's in great hands. They're going to come out. They're going to play hard. They're going to give it all they have. That's just the nature of the beast because that's what you've been, taught to do. And it'll be fantastic. It'll be great.
Janice, thanks so much. Great to get to talk to you a little bit. Thanks for joining us here on this great day inside Rocket Arena and for joining us here on Cavs Courtside.
Well, thank you.
All right, back with more on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network right after this.
On March 3rd and 4th, over 160 female student athletes in grades 9 through 12 were invited to Rocket Arena for a day of connection and mentorship. 18 women throughout the Cavaliers organization spoke about their own career journeys with a focus on personal brand and self-advocacy. Participants were given the chance to learn about a variety of roles, featuring new and diverse opportunities for women as the sports world evolves. The Cleveland Cavaliers encourage young women to dream big, follow their passion, and make a difference in their community and world around them.
Hey, we're back here on Cavaliers Courtside. Well, not only do the Cavaliers have the top record here at home inside Rocket Arena, they also sport the top record on the road. And recently, the Cavaliers headed into Memphis. But before they did that, they went to Nashville, where they visited Darius Garland's alma mater, Vanderbilt. Played a little football there. We've seen this before. They did this in the preseason at IMG Academy in Florida. They do it again at Vanderbilt. And afterwards, they went on to take out the Grizzlies in Memphis. But let's take a look at that football game that broke out at Vanderbilt University.
I need another shot. That's no. I'm doing it on the ground.
It's a holder.
Yes.
Hey!
Back it up.
There you go.
This one might be.
That's 40.
And the
That wasn't
too.
And the Kobe's too.
Oh, you got it!
Oh, wow.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, right.
He had the distance, though.
We're gonna draw Utah Jazz. Oh, that's a bad circle. Sorry. I don't know what I just draw. I just drew the J. My J's a little off right now. Sorry. Color it in. I'm drawing the A and the Jazz. It's a little difficult because it's a little 3D image. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it right. I have been to Utah. The altitude out there kills me. So then you got the little 3D. This is a little 3D part to make it the A pop out. And then here goes the Z. It's kind of a weird Z. There it goes. And then also the 3D part to that one. You got it colored in. It's about the details. You know, it's about the details. And then the other Z. On top of it is just a Utah. Oh man, that's a small U. Oh man, that's not good. Yeah, it's a little messy. Don't. I'm a basketball player. I'm not an artiste. But this is the Utah, and then I'm gonna sign it. There you go.
This bobblehead is pretty special to me and unique. Obviously, it's one of one. The shot recreated that I hit last year against Dallas at home. None of this would have happened if Donovan Mitchell was in the game. So thankfully, he was not in the game.
That's crazy.
Luckily, he was out of the game, so I got to take the last shot. It was something new for me, and obviously, I'm 1 for 1, so maybe we should do that more often. But yeah, no, this is a pretty cool bobblehead.
Can you recreate your shot? Like, do you want to just
Shoot your bobblehead. Catch.
It was pretty fun.
Yes.
Hey everyone, we are back here on Cavs Courtside. Well, not only is this Cavalier team having a load of success, but one of the most unique parts about this roster is that they have so many terrific underdog stories. And we had one just recently. Naquan Tomlin, who had been playing in the NBA G League with the Cavaliers Cleveland Charge, made his NBA debut just a couple of weeks ago. Naquan did not play high school basketball. He headed directly into the collegiate ranks. Where did he make his debut? In Brooklyn. He hails from Harlem. He was right in his backyard. Just a wonderful story. And recently, he showed us a little bit about how he got there in terms of that rebounding ability.
Now, we all know how important scoring and defense is in basketball, but maybe the one that gets a little lost in the shuffle is rebounding. And somebody to help us with that, Naquan Tomlin, who had a 19-rebound game not too long ago. Let's talk about that first. Have you ever had more than 19 rebounds in a game? Because that is your career high with the Charge. Have you ever had more than that in college or in high school or anything?
No, never. I think the most I got was 15.
That's nothing wrong with 15.
Yeah.
And 9 offensive rebounds out of the 19. That's really impressive.
Yes, sir.
When did you know that I'm on the glass getting a lot of these offensive shots?
I think in the first quarter, I think I had like 8 and like 6. Our coach was like, damn, like you got a lot of boards in the first quarter. So I think that's when they just told me to stay on the glass, and that's what I did.
And you did. So I said at the top how important it is, along with scoring and defense, of course, rebounding. And you're a big man. You're a part of that. Why is rebounding so important to a team's success?
It's important because it gives your team, second chance opportunities to, score again, and limit the other team from, getting offensive rebounds and things like that.
And something else is kind of a skill, Naquan, is kind of keeping the ball alive, tipping it up. Not so much for yourself to get the rebound, but giving your teammates another opportunity for a rebound as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The tipping really comes from I have like a good second jump, so sometimes I tip it, and my second jump would probably be to grab it or even tip it out to my teammate.
Okay, now you mentioned a moment ago difference between offense and defensive rebounding, and to help us out is Sam Clancy. And if you're wondering, yes, that is the same Sam Clancy that played at St. Edward's back in the 90s. Sam, come on in here real quick. So let's talk about the differences between offensive and defensive rebounding, because as an offensive rebounder, you're kind of on the outside on offense. So what is the mindset? Come on over here for me, Naquan. What is the mindset when the shot goes up? What are you thinking about when you've got a big man here defending you, trying to get to the glass? What are you thinking? What are you trying to do?
So here at the Charge, we tag. So you don't want to be on the low side, because if you're on the low side, if they get the rebound, now you're trailing. So what we try to do is, try to get a rebound from the high side. If we do, then we can kick out or, limit them from transition.
Now, it applies to both offensive and defensive rebounding, but the great Dennis Rodman always used to talk about kind of the flight of the ball. It's not easy to figure out where you think it's going to come, but there are some kind of ideas, right? Depending on where the shot goes, where it's going to come. Are you thinking about that right out of the gate?
Yeah, most definitely. The majority of the time, sometimes if the shot comes from the corner, it's most likely going to end up on the opposite corner. Unless it's short, then it's going right back to the same side, or if it's back rim, and it's going to the front. So sometimes you can read it sometimes.
Okay, now you also said that how you don't want to trail for the rebound, but when you're coming in and the defender is here, what are you trying to do to get around him? Because I think maybe something that isn't brought up enough with rebounding is footwork.
Right.
Because you got to get around a guy, and Sam's a big guy right here, and you deal with a lot of those guys in the league. What are you thinking about when you start coming into the glass?
Sometimes I even try to hit them with like a double move, get them to go that way and come around. Or sometimes guys just ball watch. They don't even see where you're going. So I really just run around them and try to, get a tip.
So there's something mental about rebounding as well, not just the physical, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now let's switch it over to defense. Now you're defending Sam. The shot goes up. What is your first thought?
My first thing is to check to see if he's crashing. And if he is crashing, then I'm going to go hit.
You're going to hit him high?
Yeah.
Okay, why hit him like that?
Well,
is it to slow his,
slow him down
momentum type of thing?
Get low, put my body on them, and try to get the rebound.
One thing that I, even as a guard, was taught when I was rebounding as a kid was the low base. Get yourself nice and strong. Give us a nice little show what you would do with Sam. Okay. How about the arms and the elbows as well?
Right here. Ball right here, elbow right here. The ball goes up. I'm already in that position to where I can just jump and go get it.
It's funny because I see you reaching with two hands.
Yes, sir.
Now, sometimes you can rebound with two hands, sometimes you have to rebound with one.
Right.
Does it matter? Are you coached specifically to rebound a specific way?
Definitely with two hands.
Always with two hands. Why exactly is that?
Because just, security, you grab it, hitting on arms, I'm able to, pivot and grab it, so yeah.
I don't know who's back there. Oh, we got Jacob Gilliard, the guy that does about steals. He's not a bad rebounder though, so that's quite all right. All right, real quick before we wrap things up, Naquan, any little tricks that maybe, again, I've heard players talk about it over the years, that maybe grabbing a little jersey or kind of doing a little something here and there, a little arm wrap, thank you, Sam, little elbow wrap. What kind of little tricks do you do?
Tricks.
Nobody's going to see this, so it's okay.
Right.
At least no officials will be watching this.
I mean, sometimes I might give somebody a little push, to stop. Like, if I know the ball's coming this way, I push them just so I can release and go get it. Something small that, the refs can't really see.
All right, well, Naquan, as we get ready.
Next time, just grab the pants like this. He's still young, you don't know.
That's true.
Well, give us another trick there, Sam. Again, you were a terrific rebounder.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything you're doing down here because the refs don't see, grabbing and holding, all that's fair game when you're rebounding in the trenches.
That's a great point, and I want you to follow up. Either one of you can follow up with this, because there is something to be said. It's in the NFL too. You can get away with things if you also know where the officials are at, right? Are you aware of where the officials are when you are rebounding sometimes?
I'm still learning. So
okay, all right.
That's why you got guys like him.
That's why you got guys like that.
It's just when you're in a tight space in the paint, the officials can't see everything in here, so you can get away with stuff as opposed to holding a guy on the open floor where they can see you. So you can get away and grabbing a guy's jersey in here because they can't see that. If you do it out there, they'll see it obviously. So when you're down here, you got a few tricks you got to use to use your advantage.
That's exactly where we're going with that. So it's perfect that we have assistant coach Sam Clancy helping us out, because the wily veteran, again, remember him back at St. Ed's, also played at USA, played overseas, played a lot of professional basketball. So yeah, got a couple gray hairs, kind of tells you a little bit about his experience as well. Before we wrap things up, so what would you say would be a couple of the number one keys for the young viewers out there that are trying to become better rebounders? What would you tell them?
Just always getting in a low stance, always trying to engage the contact, and just always have two hands up.
And work hard, because it takes a lot of hard work, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Naquan, appreciate it. 19 rebounds from this man not too long ago.
Hey, what a great show. That's going to do it for us here on Cavaliers Courtside on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Big thanks to Janice Braxton. Boy, it was awesome to be able to catch up with her, one of the original Cleveland Rockers. And thanks to everybody who, as always, is a big part of this show. Until next time, I'm John Michael. So long.